Hey everyone, how is it going? Welcome to the stream. I did a stream yesterday, but it was maybe maybe 6 hours after this, maybe 5.5 hours if we're going to be lenient. So yeah, I'll take off the thing right now. So how are we going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully it's not too late where you guys are. I know it's, one planet Earth. There's a lot of different time zones. It's actually like 5 to 6 in the morning where I am. But I thought I would stream at this time because I'm gonna have a video out in about an hour. Yeah. So usually on this day I probably wouldn't upload a video in the morning, but I had one ready. So, yeah, thought I would stream now, and then that video can come out later on in about an hour. So how's everyone going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you everyone for coming in, and we'll just wait a couple more minutes, I guess, before we get the get the ball rolling, if you want to call it that. I need to log into Streamlabs as well. So just give me 2 seconds to do this. I should have done this beforehand, but I've basically woken up, gone downstairs quickly, and then jumped on stream. So I hopefully understand why I'm just fixing some stuff up now. I'm at school, save me. That's from Caleb. That sucks, Caleb. I'm guessing you'll be out of school in like maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours at the most. But you can do it. Get through it. Just believe in yourself, if you want to call it that. This time is perfect. Yeah, so I'll probably like throughout the week I'll stream at different times because it suits different people. But yeah, so like it's difficult to stream at a time which is perfect for everyone. Like now is a good time, I guess, for Europe. In about like 2 hours time, it's probably a decent time for Europe and a really good time for America. But for Australia, it's terrible because like everyone's like waking up and going to school or work, or they're just still sleeping, one of the two. But yeah, so yeah, we'll get into the meat and potatoes of this now. So in regards to the stream and the chat, just keep the chat civil. So hopefully you know what that means. Just don't be an idiot in the chat. That's probably the easiest way to put it. Just be nice to one another. Be nice and civil. What else was I going to say? Okay, and that's basically it in regards to the chat. And if you want your question 100% read out, or your comment 100%, if you want your question 100% answered, or just your comments or statements 100% read out, you can super chat by clicking the little dollar emblem down here. You send a super chat, drag it up to whatever amount you want, and just type a message in there or a question, whichever it is, and there's the super chat. If you can't super chat, whether it be because of your country or your device that you're on, you can click the link at the top of the description that says streamlabs.com/Pagey, and you can donate through there as well. I'm pretty sure everyone can. That works for everyone, might I say. Yeah, so a lot of people have been asking who the special guest is. Get me up. It's our good old friend Cal. So some of you would have seen him on one of my streams last week, probably this time last week. He would have been on a stream. But he's basically the reason I'm up this early. Because he needed to go downstairs, didn't you? Look, now he's embarrassed because we're talking about him. Can you have a speak in the microphone? You want to have a bit of a talk? Your nose just made that all wet. Cal, that's a bit rude. Okay, well, I'll put him back. I'll put him back down there because so he can just relax. You'll probably see him in the background, so I thought I'd just get it out of the way early and what do you call him? Just put him on stream now. Because you'll see him walk around the back most likely. So I thought I would put him in the stream right now. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. How old's Cal? He is just over 3 months. Oh no, he's around 3 months now. So he's going to the vet on Monday for his 3-month vaccinations. So he's around 3 months. How do you do things like these chats? I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Thank you, Musical Master. Very much appreciated. Michael Vay with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Michael, for supporting the channel. Pagey, when do you think The Flash will end? I don't know. I think Flash is in a good position where it probably could go on for the longest DC show because it can reuse villains. I'm hoping that Reverse Flash is a villain for another season. I'm hoping that's the case because there should be but it's not. It's either it should be because we've seen Reverse Flash around after the fact of what happened in what do you call it, season 1. Who remembers that? So they could do one after that, or they could do an early Reverse Flash, say the one just after we saw the one in season 2. So maybe he comes back to 2018 or 2019, whichever it is. But yeah, I'd like to see Reverse Flash again. So that means that they could do a lot with the show. So I'd expect Flash to at least get to season 7, but it could easily get to season 9 or 10. It just matters about keeping the characters, because Grant Gustin, he might get a movie offer or a bigger TV offer. So he's probably the hardest thing in regards to keeping the Flash going, is keeping him on the show. And that's the same with Melissa Benoist and Supergirl. That's why I think Supergirl won't be around for that much longer, because I think Melissa Benoist will leave. I don't think she's committed to the character, say Stephen Amell is for Arrow, or even someone you know what I mean. So honestly, I think Supergirl might be over in the next season or 2, just because I think Melissa Benoist will leave, unless she's on a contract. I don't know how long her contract would be. But yeah. But thank you very much for that, Michael. Barry with a £2 super chat, might I say. You have a beard. How do you manage with the itch? It's only itchy at certain stages. When I wake up in the morning, it isn't itchy. It's just usually in the later half of the day. But I'm gonna shave today probably. I was gonna shave 2 days ago, then it got delayed. Then I was like, I'll shave yesterday. Got delayed, so I'll shave today. I'll be sure to. Or at least I'll attempt to do it. But thank you very much, Barry, for that. Monqua, hopefully I've pronounced that right. Sorry if I haven't. With the $1.99 super chat. Are you doing Black Lightning review? I've said this in stream before, and I understand if you haven't heard it, because I don't think I've mentioned it in videos. I've only mentioned it in streams when people have asked. So you might not have been here for one of those streams when I've mentioned it. Black Lightning is it's not a show that suits YouTube, if that makes sense. There's not a lot to break down. There's only one mystery really going on this season, which is Gamby and his connection to everything. So it's not really breakdown worthy, which my reviews are, because when it comes to TV shows, it's not like a movie review where you're very vague. You have to basically go into detail. And really with Black Lightning, there's not much to jump into. It's a really good show, especially the last episode. That was one I thought was possibly the best, if just not one of the best episodes. One of, in the top 2, maybe top 3 episodes that we've had this season so far. I thought it was really good. But it just doesn't suit YouTube. And I've had a discussion with some other people. It's yeah, it doesn't really suit YouTube. I still do videos on it, but it's not the most breakdown worthy. You're just really saying what you liked about the episode and what you didn't like about the episode. Which, fair enough, I do that with Arrow sometimes when there isn't, or another show like The Flash or Supergirl or Legends, when say there's not a lot going on there. But for the majority of those episodes in that show's season, there's a lot to break down and speculate over. But with Black Lightning, that's not the same thing. So when Black Lightning's over, I'm going to do a season 1 review. And I think that's the best thing to do for the show, instead of individual episode reviews weekly. So yeah. Sorry if you're looking forward to the Black Lightning reviews, but I've been saying that for the past couple of weeks. So hopefully you understand about that. It's just not breakdown worthy on YouTube, which in turn makes it not very interesting to watch. But yeah. But thank you very much for that, Monqua. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But TJ Viper 78 Riddle with the $2 super chat. Do you think there will be an Arrowverse game? Probably not, because Cal, what are you doing, mate? Probably not, just because I don't know the appeal of it. I know there's that one that's being made, where it's the open world. It's through a mod or something. But in regards to an actual studio making a game on it, I can't really see it happening, to be completely honest. I struggle to see the appeal that they would feel from it, a gaming studio to make it. So yeah, I don't really think that would do it, to be completely honest. If anything, you'd get a DC official game that just maybe features Arrowverse characters, you know, such like an injustice, and they'll have like a flush skin from the show. Elliot with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Elliot. Pagey, do you vlog for a living, or do you have a job outside of doing this? This is my job, YouTube. The thing is, I've said this before on stream. If I didn't do this as a job, I probably wouldn't do it. And that's not a money thing. Like, oh, I'll only do it for the money. It's just because it's time consuming, and like the certain parts of the day in which I have to watch this. Actually, I just realized my audio is not on for the donations. So give me 2 seconds. We didn't get This House is Bitchin' played, unfortunately. So next time it should work. But yeah, that's basically what it is. Like the timings for the certain shows come out, like the time you have to spend on planning videos and making the videos and stuff like that. If I had like another job and I was doing this on the side, I'd have literally no time to myself. Literally no time to myself. And that's not something you don't want to do. Otherwise, then YouTube starts feeling like a second job or a chore, and then you just get depressed with it and you just don't want to do it, which you see with a lot of other channels who maybe can't get to that brink of making it like a full-time thing. So yeah, it's a full-time thing for me at the moment, and I enjoy it. It helps that everyone watches the videos and super chats and stuff to, you know, allow that to happen, I guess. But thank you very much, Elliot, for that. Hopefully I've answered that to the best of my ability. Monqua, again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know in the chat if I'm not. iZombie review, do you watch it? Yes, I do. iZombie, I do watch it. It's one of my favorite shows to watch. The first season for this, the first episode, might I say, for this season was really good. I really enjoyed it. The funny thing is that it streams like like we don't have the CW in Australia, obviously. So there's like a streaming service in Australia called Stan. It's basically like Netflix, I guess. But we get iZombie before it airs in America. We get it like maybe like 12 hours, no, like 12 or 16 hours before it airs in America. I didn't realize that for the first episode, but now I know. So I'm going to be able to watch iZombie like before it's in America, which I find really weird. I can't believe they're able to do that, but that's pretty awesome. I guess it's the same, like Walking Dead always used to show in Australia before it aired in America. Or no, at the same time as like New York, so Australians would get Walking Dead and like Game of Thrones and stuff before LA in America and stuff like that. So yeah, but iZombie, if you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a show to watch. It's very good. Michael Vay with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much for again for that, Michael. Could it end when Barry goes back in time to stop the Reverse Flash from killing his mother the first time? We never see what happened to that Flash. Maybe. But then again, I think that Flash would have changed, you know, because that Flash is probably a Flash that wasn't affected by his mother's murder, I guess. We might see that. The common theory on how it ends is that like Barry turns into the lightning bolt that hits him, because that's what happens in a variation of the comics. I don't think they'll go with that, but that's something that they could do. Callie just trying to steal all the attention. Here you go. It's your friend. It's your friend. It's your friend. Yeah. Yeah, so it could end. Yeah, it might. I don't necessarily know if it would end that way with him running back in time with the Reverse Flash, or even just turns to that lightning bolt. It's sort of hard to end a TV series, especially like a superhero one. Like with Smallville, it was pretty easy how to end that show because that was leading up to him becoming Superman. So they ended with a big Superman moment. But with Flash, is already the Flash. So how are they going to end it? So I don't know. They could end it with him dying. Maybe Crisis on Earth, Crisis on Infinite Earth style. Who knows? But thank you very much for that, Michael. I think that's probably the best way I can answer that, because I'm not too sure how else I can answer that. And then we have Kostaki, Papa Giannopoulos. Hopefully I pronounced that right, with the 99 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Kostaki. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Just let me fix something up. Oh, what happened there? Okay, sweet. My computer just went all over the place. Okay. All good. Yeah, Cal's hiding behind me now. Maybe he knows he's on screen he's on what do you call it, stream on camera. So he's a bit embarrassed. He's a bit shy. Aren't you, Cal? Aren't you? Mm-hmm. Do you think they'll introduce Greg Saunders Vigilante? Oh, no. Like, a character that's already on there, I doubt they're going to introduce, like, another version of that. You know, especially, like, a character like Vigilante, so probably not. Do you like the 6th season in Arrow? I don't. I always say finish the season before you judge it. So, season 5 of Arrow, I was like, yeah, it's decent when I was watching it. And then episode 15 happened, and it continued on like that. And it was awesome. And then there was, like, season 3 of Arrow, season 3 of Flash, might I say, which is pretty good. Up until like maybe episode 17, and then it became really bad. So you really got to wait until the season's over before you completely judge it. I think it's Arrow's doing pretty well since the mid-season break. I think it's been probably one of the strongest shows. And I'm very excited to watch today's episode and see what happens there, because I think it's going to be pretty awesome. MK19:20 with the 50 Norwegian krone super chat. When do you think Barry will find out that he already knows what's going to happen? It could be in this week's episode, Enter Flash Time. There could be something around that. I wouldn't count on it, but there could be something due to like the fact that it's all involved with the Speed Force and like slowing down time to like a ridiculous rate. Where something could happen there. But yeah, like really the only thing that's been like chucked out there since his time in the Speed Force is like the Speed Force bubble thing, like bringing people into the Speed Force so they can, you know, talk to him while everyone else is frozen. So they have to introduce more Jesus Christ, Cal. They have to introduce more of those abilities that he would have learned. So hopefully they do that. Because they made a big emphasis on that when we were going to the season, that we're going to be introduced to a lot of new things, but we haven't seen that. So hopefully in the last, 10 episodes or whatever we have, they do that. Stream highlights with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that. Your favorite out of all the shows, in the Arrowverse this season, Legends. But overall, it's between Arrow and Flash. I'd probably just give it to Flash, but Arrow is very close. Like, I think if Arrow is better than Flash this season, I think Arrow will take over. But at the moment, Flash just pips Arrow, I think. I'm going to be streaming for like another maybe half an hour. It's not going to be a very long stream, because I have a video coming out in like 40 minutes. So I wanted to finish this stream about like maybe at least 5 minutes before that one comes out, but around 10 minutes. Who's the special guest you're talking about in your title? His name is Cal. He's a dog. He doesn't want to be on camera. And he looks like this. Hello. 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 You right there? Are you right there? He's looking at you. He's like, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Cal, here. Once again with another video on The Flash. Season 4. Okay, I'll put him back down. He's a bit restless. He's a bit restless this morning. On your review of episode 14 of The Flash, you said that you thought you heard Barry say Patty, but I rewatched it with captions and he said Addie as in short of Addison, most likely. Yeah, that was confusing because some people said that it said Betty on closed captions. So was it Patty? Was it Addie? Was it Attie? There was a lot of people that said they got different, what do you call it? Captioning for when they were saying it, which makes sense, which is what I was talking about in my review. I was like, you couldn't understand what he was really saying. It was a really confused. Why would they use such a similar name to a character we already have? You know, they should have used like Beth or something that isn't that's distinguishable. Nothing that's so similar to a character we already have. If you can't super chat, it's probably because of the device or something you're on. But if you do go to the description of this video, of this stream, and you go to streamlabs.com/Pagey, you will be able to donate through there. Huge reaction with the $2 super chat. Do you think DeVoe, will take over Barry's body. I think that's what he's going to be aiming to do. I don't think he'll succeed, though. I think he will probably take over Ralph. He could take over Barry, but I think that's what he wants to do. And I think it's something that he will never be able to do. So I think it's going to be him taking over Ralph, and that's like his second option. Like Barry would be the ideal one, but with Ralph, he can like form himself into his old look, which is probably what he wants. He probably still likes being DeVoe. So that's probably what we'll see. He'll try to take over Barry's body, but I don't think he'll be able to succeed. So Ralph will be his like plan B. Have you heard of the snowstorm in the UK? I'm in Scotland. I am stuck in my house. Yeah, I heard there was like, I don't know, because some people were saying like, yeah, the snow's insane. Then some people were saying, oh, why are people freaking out about the snow? It's like not that massive. So I think it's just more that it just happened randomly. Maybe that's what people are going on about. I've only seen a couple of images. But yeah, I'm not from the UK, so I really can't give my opinion on that. Also, I'm in Australia and it does not snow in like 99% of the country here. So, yeah. Do you think the Flash will have a mini crossover this season? Probably not. I don't think so. I think there was rumored that episode 18 might have been, but I don't think they're going to do that now. Yeah, Cal is getting quite big. Whenever I say, yeah, he's looking at me now. He's like, did you say my name? Did you say my name? Yes, I did say your name. Cal. That's your name. Yeah, he's going to the vet in like 3 days' time, so it'll be interesting to see what his official weight is. He's easily doubled in size, or at least like doubled in weight. But yeah. What happened to Supergirl? Supergirl will be back in like, what, 6 weeks' time after Legends is done with its season. So Supergirl had issues with production, so they've gone on break, so that's why Legends is on now to finish its season, and when that finishes, Supergirl will come back on. Cal is Mullis. You traitor. What have you been doing? He puts on a cute face, but in reality, he is a demon. You're a demon, aren't you? Demon. Demon. To stop the nuclear bomb, why doesn't Barry just run back in time? Yeah, I brought that up in my trailer breakdown, because a lot of people were saying, like, wouldn't he just run back in time like a minute and stop her from pressing that button? Which is the logical thing. It's not like he's traveling back, like, a ridiculous amount of time, like, you know, a day or something, which could affect things massively. It's only going to be like a minute. If you could argue he could do it like maybe 15 seconds for a bit. But obviously they want the episode to be pretty... It looks cool. Like, I understand why they wouldn't do that, because it's a cool episode where he's like, everything's slowed down. I'm interested to see what Jay Garrick and Jesse Quick's role in the episode is, because it doesn't look like they're going to be running around at all. It looks like maybe they might share their speed with Barry, which is something that happens in the comics. But we haven't really seen too much on the show, so they could do that. Elliot Farm with the $2 super chat. Who do you think Malice, man? Do you mean like who do you think Malice is, man? Malice, it wouldn't surprise me it has something to do with the Time Bureau. One of the theories was that it is what was one of the theories that's come out? It was what was it? It was like Nate and Amaya's child or something. Oh no, that wasn't it. Sorry, what was it? It was that. Oh, I'm struggling to remember what it was. It was. I know one of the early ones is that it was Martin Stein's grandson, like Ronnie. There was Malice, but I have a feeling it's going to be someone connected to the Time Bureau in some way. Like, and that's why Rip is so like set on stopping it. Not because it's an evil force, but because he's like partly responsible, for the creation of Malice. So I think that's what it's going to be. We're meant to see Malice by this point, and we haven't seen him yet. So it's like, where is he? They said that we're going to be seeing him in episode 10 at some point. Never saw him. Episode 11 happened. Never saw him. Episode 12 happened. Never saw him. All we've seen now is like a hand in episode 9. That's about it. So I want to see him. Can we get that going? But yeah. Imagine Malice is actually Gary. That would be a big meme if it was. If Gary actually ended up being Malice. It wouldn't surprise me if Gary ended up being like one of the people that Malice can see through. You know, how like Nora Dark and stuff like that. So is Rip back full time on Legends? He'll probably be in the majority of the episodes left over in the season. I don't know if he'll be in every single episode though. I don't think he's in the finale because I didn't see him on set. I didn't see anyone taking photos with him on set, so I don't think he's in the finale. Unless it's like a cameo in the finale. But then again, Constantine's meant to be in the finale, I think, and we haven't seen anything. Like there was a set photo with like Nick Zano who plays Nate, but that wasn't from the finale because they won't film in the finale at that stage. That's from episode 15, I think, when he comes back again. So that set photo where you see like Constantine in the background, that's from episode 15. So I'm maybe guessing that like Constantine just shows up for like maybe a CGI battle when they take on Malice. Maybe, I don't know. Edward Solis with the $2 super chat. Think there's any chance that Malice is Savitar? I hope to God not. I think it's, and like it's not your fault, Edward. You're just bringing it up. You're super chatting it, but I think it's one of the stupidest theories out there. I don't know where it came from. Like I understand why people are doing it, but I don't understand why people think it's Malice. Malice is Savitar. Like it'd be so stupid if the show did that. It's because like they mentioned about Malice being like refracted in time, so they connected that to Savitar instantly. But I hate that theory. Like I don't like Savitar too much. Like I really didn't like the end of season 3 with Savitar. So if I don't see Savitar again, then I'd be pretty happy. Gone in a Flash with a £2 super chat. Where do you get your Flash images from? Thank you. Like the promo images and stuff, just from like websites like the flashtvnews.com and stuff like that. They released some for episode 16, which I'll probably go over the weekend. But yeah. Naruto0076, should Ray have saved Nora? I think so, because I think one of the things that the Legends need to do is get Nora on their side, you know, because they like Ray did it because he'd interacted with her younger self. Like if this was some other random person, that I don't think he would have saved her. But because he'd interacted with her younger self and felt that he might have failed in saving her at that age, he feels guilty about that, as well as, you know, possibly killing her. So I think when he saves Nora, there's like a chance that he might be thinking, look, we can bring her back to the good side and go up against her dad. The issue, it's not like it's just her that they need to sway. They need to sort of like disconnect her from Malice, which is easier said than done. So I think that's the biggest issue that they have. MK19:20 with the 20 Norwegian krone super chat. Do you think Ralph will stay? Wally coming back? I don't know. I think Ralph might die now. I was set on Ralph staying, but I have a feeling Ralph might die now just because of the thinker. Like I'm not saying he is going to die. I just think he might. So there's probably like an 80% chance, though, I guess, maybe that Ralph will die. But yeah, in regards to Wally, I think he will come back to the Flash next season, just because I don't see how he would necessarily work too well at the beginning of a Legends season, just because of how they pace their season. I think he'd just be way too overpowered for like the first half of a Legends season. So Arsenal 3-0 down. That game must only be like 20 minutes in. Oh my god, they suck. Wow. Well, who's watching Arsenal Fan TV tonight? Who's watching Arsenal Fan TV in about 3 hours' time? That'll be a good watch. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Wally, I think we'll come back to Flash next season. He could go back to Legends, but I just think he'll stay on. He'll finish Legends this season, then he'll go back to Flash. He'll probably have like a life lesson in Legends this season, which will make him go back to Flash. Probably. So we're going to stream for another 20 minutes, guys. I thought I'd give you the 20-minute warning. We've been streaming for exactly half an hour at this time, so we'll stream for another 20 minutes and then wrap it up. Yeah, Nora Dark, Courtney Ford, who plays Nora Dark, is Brandon Routh, who plays Ray Palmer's wife in real life. Do you think Jay Garrick will see the Speed Force symbols and explain it to Team Flash? Maybe, or he might be like, I've seen those before, and this is where, and that could lead to a another episode where it dives into what do you call it, the Speed Force symbols and all of that. So that's maybe what could happen. Gone in a Flash with a $2 super chat once again. Thank you very much. Gone in a Flash. Do you think we will see Godspeed in Flash season 4? This season, I highly doubt it. In a future season, yes. I think if they did Godspeed, they would do it for half a season and then have like a bigger villain. So maybe Godspeed was there to deal. You know the story of Godspeed. You know what I'm going for here. Like he'll be the villain for like the first 9 episodes. And then there's a bigger villain at the end of it. But that bigger villain is doing stuff in that first half as well, which, you know, Barry and Godspeed are involved in. And then the back half is that second villain. So they could do it almost like Arrow did in its earlier seasons. Or even you can argue what Arrow's doing this season did like in season 2 especially. So I think that's what they should do. Because I don't think you can do Godspeed the whole season unless you change his character around. I want to see Godspeed just because I want to see how they would do it on a TV show. Because in a comics, they got away with it, you know, being a comic. So it's easier to play that story out. You can rush certain things. On a TV show, that's different. But I think that character would work better on a TV show. The thing is, it might have to change names. Otherwise, people are just going to know exactly what happens. So they might not be able to use, in the comics, Godspeed is known as August Heart. So I don't think they'd actually use the name August Heart. They might use another name. Well, they could, but I don't know if they'd want to, because all it takes is 2 seconds for someone to Google August Heart and they'd realise that they're Godspeed. But yeah. If they kill Lance this season, is he Mullis? I don't think so. I don't think Mullis is going to be someone that we're familiar with. I think it's going to... Oh, no, I think it'll be someone that we might be familiar with, but I don't think it's going to be someone from like another show's past. I think if anything, it's going to be connected to the Time Bureau. Maybe someone we find out about in the next couple of episodes of Legends. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be like Eddie Thorne or Ronnie Raymond or anything like that. That's why I haven't really done any like theory videos on who is Malice, because I don't think it's going to be anyone of that like big notability, you know. I think it's going to be not a random, but someone that's like, oh, okay, I remember who they are, but it's nothing too amazing. I think it's just more what Malice is doing and the journey where we're going through to stop him. I think that's more what they're going for. Dr. Cringe, I haven't seen any of your comments, unfortunately, so if you put it again in the chat, I'll keep my eyes out for it. DeVoe with a female body is ridiculous. Well, I don't think it's ridiculous. It makes sense as to why he's doing it. It just, yeah, hopefully he doesn't get too attached to it. That's probably the best way to put it. What Flash season is your favourite? Probably season 1. But season 2, if it had a better ending than season 2, would be my favourite. Because I think season 2, in regards to its episode by episode basis, was better than season 1. But its end part was not as good. You know, I thought it was a bit disappointing, the whole Zoom thing. Do I dare look at my phone and look at the Arsenal score? I can't believe it's 3-0. I cannot believe that. Who are they playing? That's so embarrassing. Anyway. Are you excited for more Black Flash? When he appears. When he appears. Yeah, what Gracie Ray said. Like, if you're spamming my name or you're saying, like, please answer me in capital letters or writing a question in capital letters, I'm probably going to ignore it because it just, like, supports people doing that, so... I'll get to that Streamlabs one in a second. I'll answer Edward Solis once again with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that, Edward. Is Titans a real show coming out? Do you know when? Yeah, it's a real show coming out. They've released like first look images and stuff of like Robin, Hawk and Dove and stuff like that. We should expect a trailer in the next couple of weeks. Oh, not a couple of weeks. Maybe like next 2 months or something. Unless they save it for Comic-Con, which they might. But I think we'll get a trailer. And then at Comic-Con they might release the first episode in like a what do you call it? Like a panel. Unless they release the trailer at Comic-Con and then release the first episode as well at the panel as well. but I think it'll probably come out like around October later this year. And also, they did reveal that the DC streaming service isn't going to be releasing the whole season at once. It's going to be weekly. So it's going to be like you get an episode weekly, and that's going to be the same with Young Justice and whatever other shows they're doing. No, that's okay, Dr. Creams. It's all good. You don't have to donate. I'm not forcing anyone to donate, but if you do want to donate, that you can. Well, thank you very much, Sam, for that $10 super chat with no question. But thank you very much, Sam, for supporting the channel. It's very much appreciated. Always helping out. Let me get to that Streamlabs question from Muller Wavy. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Do you think entering flash time will be the key to stopping Devoe? I think it might help maybe with some Speedfall stuff. So some stuff that we've had laid out this season. But in regards to stopping Devoe, I don't think this episode's gonna have anything to do with Devoe. Really, we might get like an end credit scene with him, and that's about it. But I can't really see them doing anything too in depth with Devoe in this episode. But I think entering Flash Time is more about showing Barry's power from coming from the Speed Force, because we really haven't had that tapped into apart from basically a couple of episodes in the first half of this season, and then the bit where he takes Iris into that Speed Force bubble of sorts. So I'm very excited for this episode because there's a lot of potential they could do with this episode. Sorry, I need to turn this on silent. There we go. But yeah. Sue McLean, or McLean, I'm going to say McLean maybe, with a $2.99 super chat. You rock. Thank you very much, Sue. You rock as well. Thank you for everyone for the support with super chats and donation through Streamlabs and stuff like that. Is any of the Flash family going to die in 4:15? Well, I have a theory. I might do a video with it on the weekend before leading up to that episode. Even though I did put it in another title, but I think Jessie Quick could possibly die. And then I know she's meant to be appearing on Legends, like in episode 15 of their season, which is in like 3 weeks' time. But that same episode, they're dealing with the Death Totem in that episode of Legends. So maybe Jessie Quick dies in this episode, similar to how she dies in the Injustice comics. And that's how she appears on Legends, through the Death Totem. So maybe Wally gets affected by the Death Totem and he can see Jessie. So whoever's maybe wearing the Death Totem can interact with the dead. So maybe Wally hears that Jessie Quick died and uses the Death Totem to say his like final goodbye. Bit of a theory there. I'll probably do a video on that on the weekend. Watch another YouTuber who's watched my video, watch this stream, steal that idea. But that's my theory. I think I'm the only one that's come up with that. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's a theory and it could happen and it would make sense with how things have laid out. But yeah, keep your eyes out for that. I'll go into much more detail in a video and stuff like that. But MK1920 with the 50 Norwegian Krone super chat, thank you very much for that. MK19:20. I think that Wally should go to Titans if he does not he's not used by Flash. Yeah, but Titans isn't connected to the Arrowverse. I know a lot of people want it to be, but I don't think it's ever going to be. I think it's going to be its own separate thing on the DC streaming service. If anything, it'll be connected to the other shows they do on there, so they'll have their own like DC streaming service universe. But yeah, I think that's what they'll do. I can't really see them pushing Wally to Titans, so I think he'll come back to Flash next season. To be completely honest. But yeah. Whereas the USD option on Streamlabs, I think it's because I'm in Australia. You just have to donate through Australian dollars. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I'm not too sure how it works. They just released that. They just revealed that Avengers: Infinity War has moved its worldwide release date up to April 27th. So I think you guys, if you're in America and other places, you won't get in the movie until like May the 5th or May the 4th or something. We in Australia are getting it April 25th, but now everyone else is getting it April 27th. So we still get it like 2 or 3 days before you, but at least you don't have to wait an extra week or something. So you're probably getting it like a week earlier than you usually would. So if you're hyped for that, then get excited, I guess. Ibrahim with the $2 super chat. What is the status with Deathstroke and Arrow? Basically, to put it simple, don't expect him showing up again anytime soon. Just because they basically got him for those episodes, and that's about it. So I wouldn't be expecting Slade Wilson showing up anytime soon. That's probably the best way to put it. DC has other plans for him. Obviously, we saw him in Justice League at the end, so that basically sums it up. To be completely honest, don't expect him. Don't expect him. Sorry, anytime soon. I think the coffee shop girl is Joe's daughter. What is your opinion? I hope not, because that'd be such a letdown if she ended up being like Joe and Cecile's daughter. Like, no one wants that, so it'd be such a disappointment. Where is your special guest? Right there. Can you see Cal? He's having a sleep. That's our special guest. Juan Valencia with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Juan. Hi, how are you today? I am good. I've only been awake for just over an hour, probably. But for that hour that I've been awake, I'm doing pretty good. Having a chat on here on stream. I got Arrow today, so I'm pretty excited. So yeah, my day is going pretty good. Hopefully, everyone else is having a decent day, morning, or night, whichever it might be. What do you do with the money that you get from Super Chat? It just goes into the money that I make from videos and stuff, so it just supports. That's the best way to put it, and improving the channel. Do you think one of the bus meta is a speedster? I'm surprised. You think there would be, but I don't think there will be. I don't think there will be a speedster from the bus metas, but there should be, because he was exposed. They were all exposed from Dark Matter directly from the Speed Force, so it would make sense if they, if one of them became a speedster. Have I seen the new promo pics for Flash Season 4 Episode 16? Yeah, I have. I saw them this morning, but I'll probably do a video on them maybe tomorrow morning. There's a couple of videos I want to do over the weekend, so I'll do a video on that, but I'm not too sure when it's going to be. It'll be over the weekend, obviously. Do you think Aquaman will fail because it's coming too late? It's going to be a little bit of same stuff like Black Panther. If anything, Black Panther is probably in a good period because it's coming around the holiday period. It's coming out around that time. I don't think it's going to fail. I think Aquaman will just... Look, I think Aquaman makes maybe like 600 million in the box office. I think that's fine. Like, I'd say that's fine for them. They shouldn't be aiming to get like Wonder Woman numbers or like $1 billion in the box office. If they get like maybe 500, 600 million in the box office, I think that's good, because really they don't have like a pulling power cast. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have like one of the things that Black Panther had on its side was its cast. It had a really good cast, which pulled in people to watch it. That might have been like skeptical about it. It's like, okay, they got a good acting cast. Aquaman has good actors in it, but it's not like it doesn't have like a massive name. Like, really, probably the biggest name is Nicole Kidman, probably, and maybe Willem Dafoe. They're the two biggest names, I guess. I know Jason Momoa is big through like Game of Thrones, but like in regards to like the general audience, he's not that massive. While Willem Dafoe and Nicole Kidman are pretty much known to a lot of people, so they're probably the two biggest names in there. So yeah, if it gets like between 500 and 600 mil in the box office, then I think it's a success for Aquaman. But yeah, so let me get to these super chats quickly. Do I watch Rick and Morty? That's from Elliot Farm with a $2 super chat. I do. God knows when the next season's gonna come up, because didn't one of the makers of the show get charged with like sexual assault or something, so who knows when that's coming out again. But that'll be interesting. But yeah, I do watch it. And then Edward Solis with the $2 super chat. Do you know if Titans will be on the CW as well? No, so Titans is going to be on the DC streaming service if you're in America and maybe Canada. And if you're not in those two countries, then it's going to be on Netflix. So if you're in like England or Australia like me, or any other country like that, those DC streaming service shows will be airing on Netflix, like, Black Lightning and Riverdale and stuff, I guess. Sorry, I just need to check something on my Twitter quickly. Okay, all good. Alex, I haven't seen any of your questions, to be completely honest. So if you rewrite it again, I'll keep my eye out for it. Dr. Cringe, like I was saying earlier, I think that in the next episode, Barry Allen, Jay Garrick, or Jesse Quick will go to Devoe for help, given that he can travel between different dimensions. Maybe. I guess Devoe will be like, oh, maybe I don't want everything to blow up, so I might help them, but that might be the option. I prefer if Barry sorted it out himself, like figured it out himself. That'd be a nice thing to see for once. But that might be what happens, I guess. Are you going to play Marvel Spider-Man for PS4 when it comes out? I would, but unfortunately, I have an Xbox, so no Spider-Man for me. I'm not going to buy a PS4 just for that game either. I think it's stupid. Why wouldn't they release it on both consoles and like double their profits? Because people aren't going to buy a PlayStation just to play that Spider-Man game. Like, I don't know, someone might, but you know, your average person isn't going to do that. So I don't know why they wouldn't release. It wouldn't surprise me if they eventually do release that game out on Xbox One, but they probably want to make it exclusive to PS4 for a bit. And eventually they'll probably test their things like, okay, we want to make an extra couple of million, so we'll release it on Xbox. Once I get my credit card and job, I promise you every live stream I'm a super Flash 20208. You don't have to do that. Like, trust me, you don't have to do that. Like, if you want to donate, you can donate, but I'm not forcing you to give me your goddamn life savings. So, oh, ooh, you know, you get like the tingles in your nose and stuff. Did you know that Wakanda was the real villain in Black Panther? Well, because of their customs, I guess, and like betraying Killmonger, I guess, maybe? Is that what you're getting at? That's from Mogquai Edwards with the $2 or $1.99 super chat, might I say. What do you think they can do for Arrow Season 7 as they have pretty much done it all? There's different stuff that they can do, obviously. It just matters what's opened up in this universe, you know? Like, because certain things are introduced that can just lead on to other things in later seasons. I don't know what they could do necessarily. Like Lady Shiva, they could possibly do. They could do like the Ninth Circle, which would be pretty interesting. There's more stuff that they can do. It just matters if they can do it in an interesting way. But yeah, I'd like to wait and see what they do. That's probably the best way to look at it. Did I like Black Panther thoughts? Yeah, I liked it. I think it had some issues, but you sort of overlook those issues, I guess, because like I know Black Panther's getting a lot of praise, and it should. It's not a perfect movie though. Like it's probably like an 8 out of 10. That's probably what the movie is. It's more what the movie does and how it pushes forward certain things, not only in the MCU but in just movies in general. That's why the movie's getting praise, which you got to appreciate. But yeah, I liked it. Like Black Panther is, like I read like a Black Panther arc, a couple of Black Panther arcs, like maybe 5 years ago in the comics. Like the one I've read, the one I remember reading at least vividly was the one where Shuri, so his sister, becomes Black Panther. That one involves like Namor and some other stuff like that, and like Doctor Doom and like the Illuminati. So that's the one I vividly remember. Like I'd be able to tell you the plot points of that comic pretty easily off by heart. Black Panther's cool, but like sometimes they can repeat a lot of their storylines, which I hope doesn't happen in the sequel. Hopefully they do something that's different, because that's what I think they would do in a sequel. They would just repeat what they went with the first one, like the message they were going for. I was like, no, we got that in the first movie, so do something different. But in the comics for Black Panther, sometimes they just repeat the same, not necessarily story, but like motives behind someone doing something, or like the message they're going for, and it just can come off as very repetitive. So Black Panther's probably not a character that's like you read every single comic, because sometimes a lot of their arcs are very, very similar. But yeah, the movie in general I thought was really good. As I said, 8 out of 10. Had some issues. CGI was a bit how you going. But yeah. Can't remember if I saw something flash up on my screen. Here, just let me have a check. Okay, it wasn't anything, don't worry. So I'm going to end the stream in the next couple of minutes, guys. So I'll answer like 1 or 2 more questions. Do you think we'll see Breach come back? Breach is coming back in episode 17. So there's a couple of videos I have to do. I'm doing some episode 17 stuff. Probably that Jesse Quick Theory, Iris West. Well, not Iris West, sorry. Those episode 16 promo photos. There's an Arrow video I want to do, but it depends on what happens in today's video. So if stuff happens in this video, which I think is going to happen, then I might, in this episode, might say that I might not do that video on the weekend. So there's a lot of videos coming out this weekend. I'll probably do another Marvel video, Infinity War video. So yeah. But guys, I'll answer 1 or 2 more questions. When am I going to release my merch? I don't know if I'm going to... Like I said, I wasn't going to 100% do it. It was just an idea I put out there. So I'm just waiting to see. It just really matters if I can get an artist to do it. That's really what it comes down to. Because I have a couple of ideas as for what I could do for shirts. It just matters if I can get an artist to actually make those shirts. Like someone that can do digital art and stuff like that. So that's what it really comes down to. So if anyone knows anyone that does that, let them hit me up on Twitter. Or let them know about it. Or email me or something. One of the two. Diana Chiposa or Typosa. Hopefully, I don't know. I probably butchered that name. Sorry, I'm very sorry. But thank you very much for the €2 super chats. Very much appreciated. I hope at the end of the Flash Time episode they replay it all in normal speed. They probably will. They'll probably replay it from the eyes of like, you know, probably like maybe Iris or Caitlin or something. Cal is, you can just see him there. He's lying down. He's sleepy. Yeah, he's passed out. Hopefully William just goes away, like boarding school or something, because he's just not interesting, to be completely honest. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there, just because I have a video coming out in like 10 minutes time, so keep your eyes out for that on the channel. Hopefully, when you see it come out on your sub boxes and stuff in 10 minutes time, it would be awesome if you could go over there and drop a like. Watch the video, let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comment section down below. It'd be very much appreciated on that video. But yeah, until the next stream, I might stream again on the weekend sometime. I'm not promising. I might stream once more on the weekend, but if I don't stream then, I'll see you a couple of hours before Legends next week. And yeah, so as I said, keep your eyes out for that video that's coming out in the next couple of minutes, like 10 minutes or so. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream or whenever that is. And yeah, thank you for watching, everyone that super chatted, donated, or just watched the stream and left comments in the chat. It's all very much appreciated. It means a lot to me. And hopefully everyone has a nice day, whether it's night, morning, middle of the day, midnight, 3 AM in the morning, wherever you are. Just hopefully have a nice whatever it is. And yeah, I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.